Hello everyone, my name is Jose Armenta, and I will be reviewing Old School Wisdom plus New School Technologies equal Blended Learning That Works. Author Weston Kieschnick. Old School Wisdom plus New School Technologies equal Blended Learning That Works. The purpose of this book is to demonstrate how educators can blend old school wisdom with new school technologies to design innovative learning experiences for our students. Kieschnick breaks down some of the myths and spotlights some of the truths related to blended learning and gives an overall framework for how to implement and successfully use the ideas of old school. Weston Kieschnick is a senior fellow and thought leader in digital leadership and learning at the International Center for Leadership in Education. His previous roles include Dean of Education, Assistant Principal, Department Chair, Award-winning high school social studies teacher, award-winning educator, best-selling author, which include titles such as Bold School, Breaking Bold, and co-author of The Learning Transformation, A Guide to Balance Learning for Administrators. He is also a TED speaker, creator and host of a podcast titled Teaching Keating. He has worked in collaboration with innovative tech and publishing companies, has advised educators from every state in the United States and more than 30 countries around the world. My personal review. I really enjoyed reading this book. It was both a fun and educational read. Kieschnick provides examples of several different strategies and techniques that teachers could use in their classroom. He also provides feedback on mistakes made by teachers whose lesson he sat through. Kieschnick starts off each chapter with a story of the teacher and links it to a pop culture reference so that the reader can better understand and have an idea of the problem the teacher is facing. I also liked how the author provides a framework for strategic blended learning. These frameworks allow for the reader to understand how to structure their future lessons, incorporating a mixture of old school and new school. I encourage everyone to read this book to become Bold School. The main thesis. Weston Kieschnick wrote this book so that teachers can become more Bold School. Kieschnick provides several specific examples of teachers who, with their best intentions for their students, fail at an attempt to implement instructional strategies. Kieschnick provides frameworks for each strategy and suggests digital tools that these teachers can use to make their lesson plans more engaging, so that students can learn as much as possible from both old school and new school approaches. Kieschnick believes that technology should be incorporated into teaching only in that it draws attention to the learning that is already taking place and that it is not implemented for its own sake. Summary of content. Interactive video methods, vocabulary programs, peer tutoring, concept mapping, worked examples, and self-assessment. Kieschnick provides examples of each and suggests learning platforms that can be used by teachers to incorporate the new school technology in their classrooms. For example, in one of the chapters, Kieschnick introduces a teacher by the name of Allison. Allison is eager to begin stations in her classroom and fails to explain to her students how to use video recordings in order to enhance their learning and continue to the next station. Students begin to feel lost and the whole station rotation schedule Allison had planned becomes a total fail. Kieschnick suggests Edpuzzle, which allows the teacher to replicate her skill sets and reach more students through direct instruction at one time. While students are gathering information and answering questions via interactive video, the teacher can spend time coaching students through a different learning task. Another great example that Kieschnick provides is the use of Google Forms for self-assessment. Marissa, a teacher who loves exit tickets, needed a digital tool to blend her old school with new school wisdom. Marissa needed to learn that exit tickets are not a door to move on to the next lesson. Instead of having students self-access, they were to fill out a Google form with questions that the teacher provided. This allows for the teacher to gather information on where the student stands on his or her understanding of the concepts. There are many more great digital tools that teachers can use. You just have to read the book for yourself. Analysis and evaluation. This book provides much thought and effort in educating teachers on how to effectively blend old school wisdom and new school technologies to create blended learning that works. Kieschnick provides models to teach practices and make it clear enough for those who are struggling to design innovative learning experiences. Kieschnick provides a lot of really solid information and ideas for how to properly and successfully implement new school technology into old school teaching models and learning environments. Kieschnick draws from his experiences working with teachers in order to give a real-world application to the theories and ideas he presents in his first part of the book. Conclusion. I believe that this book would be most beneficial for new teachers who are at the beginning of their teaching careers and are developing their own style of teaching, or teachers who have been teaching for a while and are having trouble finding inspiration or ideas to successfully incorporate technology into their curriculum. The author provides excellent examples of digital tools that can be used as well as frameworks for each. The only drawback I see are teachers who are unwilling to take that step forward into the new school since they are so accustomed to their old school strategies.